my woman, girl.
Be your man.
Be my woman, girl.
Be your man.
Be my woman, girl.
Be your man.
Get this son and dollar
In your hand.
in your hand, Lord.
In your hand.
Get this son and dollar.
In your hand.
Stick to the promise.
This is an inspiration brought on by The Crowns. It was a book that I had always admired, and I've always loved to see women in their gorgeous hats. And so when I thought about doing the museum, one of the things, and relating to church and to Christ and the Passover and how we would dress to make sure that we showed God our best. And so the crowns was one of the things that was created from that thought, that when we give to Christ and when we do for Christ, we always want to do our best and to give our best. And then from the arts, we moved to Africa, where it all began. And we wanted to show how from the Middle Passage, where the trade slave began, and from Africa, and where the ships took all the slaves from Africa over to the United States. And just to give, and to just to emphasize the culture of Africa. We have the family tree. Families have always been a very, very, very valuable asset and foundation to our culture. And that family unit was broken when we were immigrated here through the slave trades. And so this is one way of bringing us back to the beginning, so our children can understand that we need to move forward. And from Africa, we go to slavery, and through the brutal times of our people who died and suffered and were persecuted so that we would have freedom today. We wanted to show the love that they had for us and some of the things that they had to endure. The people who brought atrocities and to our people, but yet still our people through nonviolence overcame. This is representative of the hanging tree.
This setting especially, it brings oppression, the despair that the people had and felt. It's almost at times feeling like it was hopeless, you know? Yeah. Which caused a lot of people to run away from the South and go north because they were looking for that opportune time, which not knowing it was just as bad there.
Absolutely.
You know, it was just as bad. Maybe not as open, but it still was there. It still was
like
there.
it is today.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like it's reverting back to what it used to be.
Right. It hurts.
2 local men were arrested and charged with the murder.
And here is one of the first South Carolina slaves. And from slavery, when we coming out of slavery, we had the Buffalo Soldiers, and that's a painting by Alex Durr. And from there to the civil rights. And for our Walk It Out program, where we parallel the plight of the Israelites to the civil rights. And these are some of the people that we were learning about. Septima Poinsettia Clark, Dolores Herta, Gloria Richardson, Hosea Williams, and the balance of injustice that's been done to our people. And from slavery to freedom, a history of the American Negroes. And we have your most humble servants, because we are all servants of Christ. And this is a book about Benjamin Banneker. And we move to the Willie Lynch letters and the making of a slave, where we want our children to understand what was done. And here we have our children, our most precious gift in life. I am the black child. All the world waits my coming. All the earth watches with interest to see what I shall become. Civilization hangs in the balance. What am I? The world of tomorrow will be. I am the black child. You have brought me into this world, about which I know nothing. You hold in your hand my destiny. You determine whether I shall succeed or fail. Give me a world where I can walk tall and proud. Train me to love myself and my people, and to build mountains and a great nation. And one day, least we forget.
Any clothes at all. Father was so badly damaged that we couldn't hardly just tell who he was. But he happened to have on a ring with his initials. That cleared it up.
The body was shipped home, back north to Chicago, where Mamie Till Bradley insisted on an open casket funeral. So all the world can see, she said, what they did to my boy.